Welcome back to the channel, it's Andy. We're back with FM23 and Season 2 with IFK Goteborg. Today we're in the Europa Conference League phase. That's a mouthful to say, but it's our first game of 6 in this stage of the competition, and we're taking on Trabzonspor, Turkish side, at home. I think they're quite good in the game, Trabzonspor, but we're at home. Hopefully we can get some points on the board, get a winning start in this new league phase, and in a bit later in the video I'm going to sort of try and go through how this phase exactly works. We did sort of go over it a bit last time, but I'm going to go into a bit more detail about exactly how this phase works, not just in the Conference League, but in the Europa League and the Champions League as well. Other than that, few games off camera to go through, but quite a bit to get through today, so let's jump into it. Of course, if you're enjoying the series, drop a like, leave comments, subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on, check out the second channel down below, and yeah, let's jump into the video. Last episode we defeated Randers of Denmark in the 4th qualifying round of the Conference League. A 3-1 win away from home is a great result. We did lose at home to Randers as they went 2-0 up inside 15 minutes, but we managed to get a goal back and we did enough to get through 4-3 on aggregate, so we qualified for the brand new league phase. We played a few games off camera and we're continuing our really good form in the league. We're actually level on points with Malmo now. And against Varbergs, we took a 1-0 lead after 3.5 minutes. Abdullahi got the opening goal of the game. It was 2-0 in the 17th minute. Peñalosa going on an adventure down the right hand side, unchallenged. The cross took a deflection. The goalkeeper came out and got nowhere near the ball. Kulikov had a free header. Kulikov converted a penalty with 10 minutes to go in the first half, but then Varbergs got a goal back 3 minutes into the second half through Alfonsi. But we restored our 3-goal cushion and defeated them 4-1. 61 minutes into the game, Bergstrom giving the ball away. Kulikov with a lovely strike to complete his hat-trick for the game as we won by 4-1. After that, we took on Dalkurd of the 3rd tier. This was a Swedish Cup tie, second round. Kulikov started this game and got 3 goals, 20th minute, 34th minute, 85th minute. We rotated a little bit, played Lino Kasten in goal, gave a start to Norlin, just tried to sort of rotate a little bit, and yeah, we dominated them and won pretty handily. After that, we were at home against Värnamo, who've been a bit of a bogey team for us recently, but this was a very good win. Marcus Berg with a penalty in 14 minutes, making it 1-0. And then less than 2 minutes into the second half, our lead was doubled via an own goal. The clearance came off of his own player, the Värnamo defender. It was 2-0. With 61 minutes on the clock, it was 3-0, and it was Fredrik Nissen with his first goal for the club, 19-year-old getting on the score sheet for the first time. And then in the 87th minute, it was 4-0, and it was Trondsen getting his first goal for the club as he went through completely unchallenged, found a shot and beat the goalkeeper. Great performance, a 4-0 win at home against Värnamo. Then we were away against Kalmar, and a 3 versus 2 attack could not really have gone wrong. Kulikov with an easy finish, 32 minutes in, it was 1-0. He almost missed it though. And then in the second half, our lead was doubled, 53rd minute of the match. Ondrejka with the ball through to Hagen, who scores his 7th goal of the season. 2-0 win away from home and a clean sheet. And then we were at home against IFK Sirius, who surprisingly took the lead on 36 minutes. Mabunga Kimpioka with the ball at the far post, and it was a surprise lead for Sirius. If anything though that made us angry is in the very same minute we equalised. 37th minute of the match. It was 1 goal apiece. Metsu with the long ball over the top. Kulikov with the finish past the goalkeeper, who rushes out, doesn't get near it. 1-1, 2 goals in a minute. And then we just had some fun with them. 3 minutes left in the first half. Kulikov scores again. It's 2-1. And he gets another hat-trick deep into stoppage time in the first half. Tronsen's free kick is saved by the goalkeeper, but Kulikov gets the rebound in. 90 seconds into the second half, it's 4-1, and it's Sebastian Olsen with a rare goal, his first of the season. We won a penalty after 76 minutes, a chance to make it 5-1, but Marcus Berg's penalty saved. But we did eventually get our 5th goal after 87 minutes. Kulikov looking for his 4th of the game, puts the ball back for Karnell. Ondrejka's volley falls to Kulikov. He has a free header at the far post, and it's 5-1. So maximum points in the 4 games were played off camera. There are 4 league games to go, and there you see our 6 Conference League fixtures. Home games against Trabzonspor, Rijeka and Maccabi Tel Aviv, and away games against Tirana, Skandia and Eintracht Frankfurt. But with 4 Allsvenskan games left to go, we are top of the table by 2 goals. We are level on points with Malmo. They've drawn 5 games. We've drawn just 2. They have had fewer defeats than us, but they've drawn 3 more games than us. So we are level on points, but our goal difference better thanks to those, big wins of like recently 4-0 wins, 5-1 win, a 4-1 win. That's really improved our goal difference. We scored 53 goals this season, which is the joint most alongside Hucken. And we have the best defensive record in the league as well. So yeah, that's really put us, ahead of Malmo, but just. So our league run-in has an away game against Hammarby, which will be a tough game. Then we host AIK, we host Elfsborg, and then we're away against Norrköping. So bit of a difficult run with 2 tough games in there against Hammarby and AIK, and Elfsborg as well, going to be tough. But today we're focusing more on the Europa Conference League. We got past Randers, so now we have the new league phase. It's the first season that this has taken place. So the new Europa Conference League format sees the abolition of the group stages, no more groups of 4. Instead, every team is put into a massive league of 36 teams. And in the Conference League, every team plays 6 fixtures, and the fixtures are decided by the teams divided into 6 separate pots, and that's based on your coefficient over the last 5 years. We are one of the lowest ranked sides left in the competition, so we're actually in pot 6. The only sides that are actually sort of lower than us are Your Gardens. I don't know if we can get drawn against because they're Swedish. I don't know if you can have same nationality sides, I'm not quite sure. Panathinaikos are below us, and Sarajevo are below us. That's it. So with the joint 3rd lowest ranked side. So you can see how they've divided this. So the top 24 sides will remain in Europe. If you finish outside the top 24, that's where European run comes to an end. If you finish between 9th and 24th place, you will go into a playoff knockout round, essentially the first knockout phase. So these 16 sides will all face each other for a chance to go into the round of 16. And the sides that finish in the top 8 will go directly through to the round of 16. So they will buy the playoff round essentially. So we can go up to the Europa League and see how this works. Now with the Europa League, the difference is instead of 6 matches, you play 8 matches. But everything else is pretty much the same. So the top 8 sides go through to the round of 16, 9th to 24th go into the playoff knockout round. The difference this year is that there's no dropping down to the Conference League. So previously, if you had finished 3rd place in your group in either the Champions League or the Europa League, you would drop down to the next competition. That does not happen anymore. If you don't finish in that top 24, your run in Europe is at an end, it's over. Now the difference in the Europa League and the Champions League is that the teams are divided into 9 pots rather than 6, so that you play a team from every other pot, making up your 8 fixtures. And the same goes for the Champions League as well, 36 teams, and you play 8 fixtures. Similarly to the Europa League and the Champions League, there's no dropping down to the next competition. If you don't finish in that top 24, you're going out. The league is sorted by goal difference and then goals scored and away goals. Head-to-head isn't really a factor because, of course, you could end up level on points with someone you don't face. So how can you have head-to-head? I think there's going to be some very, very close cut teams. I think between 8th and 9th, there could be just like goal difference between getting through to the next round or going to the playoff, or even between 24th and 25th. The difference there could be a fact of maybe a goal or a couple of goals between staying in the competition and going out. A little bit of other news as well, as we have had our youth intake. It wasn't a bad youth intake. We've got a decent player in there. Ahmad Holm, a 5-star potential player who actually looks really good. We did also have Johan Malm, a wing-back who isn't too bad. Dribbling's good. Tackling's pretty good. He's got some potential. His jumping reach is already looking really good. Like, that's increasing already, and he's 16. We'll see how he develops, but the guy that I'm really interested in is Ahmad Holm. He's a centre forward. He's already got 15 finishing and 13 first touch. He's got 17 bravery, 14 aggression, 14 teamwork, 13 work rate. Physicals need some work, but with those stats already, with finishing and first touch, he could be really, really good. Like, as a pressing forward, he could be good. I mean, as a poacher as well, like, you don't need those physicals. He can just stay, on that defensive line, spring the offside trap, and hopefully get some goals for us. But really excited to see how Ahmad Holm does. He looks really promising. With all that out of the way, let's jump into our first league phase game of the Conference League. It's Trabzonspor. It's at home. I think it's going to be a tough one. I've seen Trabzonspor doing quite well on other people's saves, so I think there might be quite an interesting opposition. We'll see how they do, or how we do. Norlin did come back from injury and then immediately got hurt again. So he's not having a good time, Gustav Norlin. He's got 2 years left on his deal, but I think this might be the sort of player that we look to maybe sell in the next transfer window, because I don't know how much better he's going to get. He's 27 years old, so he might have a bit more to give, but 2 years left on his deal. Might be someone that we look to move on. I'm not quite sure. He's not really getting too much football, and I don't know how much more he's got to give. We'll jump into the match and we'll see how we do against the Turks. I wonder if they have any players that we'll recognise. You do get quite a lot of experienced players making the move to Turkey. Case in point, Mark Bartra is playing in their defence, and Trezeguet is up front as well, alongside Maximiliano Gomez. We have our 4-2-4 formation, and how our Trabzonspor setting up. We have a 4-2-3-1 because, of course, we do. Jens Striker Lager in the side as well. Striker Larsson's a player that I recognise. So we will see how we do against these guys. I'm looking forward to this one. Okay, the game is well underway. Fredrik Nissen with a header forward for Elias Hagen, one of the form players this season, with his 7 goals for the season, 6 in the league. That's a poor pass, and Metsu's on the end of that. Here's Ondrejka. I think he was onside, and he beats the goalkeeper out of the near post, and is 1-0 with 5 minutes played. Ondrejka with his 4th goal of the season. Maloney from Inter Milan, coming good. It was a slow start to his season, but he's really come on leaps and bounds recently, and we've seen some good performances out of him. One of them here. I mean, we got the ball pretty easily as they gave it away, and then Metu sets up Ondrejka. We are still using our system of swapping those wide men, so Ondrejka and Peñalosa will be sort of swapping around throughout the game, because that does seem to work really well this game. I don't know if anyone else has had any luck with it, but it seems to be working really well for me, as we're doing quite well in this game. But Trabzonspor do have a free kick here. Abdul Kadir is on it and bends it around the wrong side of the post. Dahlberg with the goal kick, sends it up looking for Kulikov, who's been scoring for fun off camera. He got back-to-back hat-tricks, and he scored 4 against Sirius. And Marcus Berg with an effort here, and it's the lead doubled with 17 minutes on the clock. So a great start to the game. It's 2-0 already, so we're looking like we're going to have a very good start to this campaign. I'd really love to get into the top 24 and get through to the next phase. We have got some difficult games. Frankfurt away from home is going to be extremely tough. I don't think we're going to get past that. We did really well to beat Lazio in our qualifying round, the 3rd qualifying round, a massive upset. We managed to avoid defeat at the Stadio Olimpico. I think playing in Germany against Eintracht Frankfurt is going to be a bit tougher than that. They are one of the best sides in the competition, so we will be hard fought to get anything from that. But hopefully we can win other games. You know, we've got games in Macedonia, in Albania, and we're hosting Tel Aviv and Rijeka as well. I mentioned last time, I've got a bit of history with Rijeka. Back on my Stour save, FM21, they knocked me out of Europe. Oh, big effort there. They knocked me out of Europe twice in the same season. So I think we were in Champions League qualifying, like the 2nd round or 3rd round or something like that. It was before the group stages, and Rijeka knocked us out. And then we also faced each other in the knockout stages of another competition. It was either the Europa League or the Conference League. I think it was the Conference League, because we got through the group and then we got to the knockout round, and we got drawn against Rijeka again, and they beat us again. So yeah, Rijeka are a bit of a nemesis on the channel, not a side that I really like, because yeah, they knocked us out of Europe twice in the same season. So I'm looking forward to that one. But we're doing really well here. Marcus Berg with the ball to Kulikov. Here's Ondrejka. And it's Berg again, and this one just wide. Less than 10 minutes to go in the first half. Striker Larsson to Trezeguet, the former Villa striker, now playing in Turkey. Durakan. Again, he's got a lot of space to move into here. Goes for goal, and that's not good. Ondrejka's got a bit of a knot, but I think he'll be okay. We are just coming up to half-time now. There it is. It's 2-0. We've been far and away the better side. We've seen barely anything from the Turks. We've been good with our sort of chance creation. Yeah, we look good value for our 2-0 lead. Ondrejka, I think, is going to be okay. We'll keep him out there for a bit longer, but he will almost certainly be one of the first changes in the game. Not going to make any changes right now. We're playing well. No need to upset that. Hopefully we can build on this lead and maybe get another goal. And, you know, really make a good start to this league phase, because, you know, goal difference could be a factor. And we don't really want to be losing one here. Maximiliano Gomez with a shot and a chance, with a first real chance there, Trabzonspor, but it goes wide. Okay, approaching the hour. I think we will look at making one or two changes. I think Ondrejka will certainly be one of those changes. Mark Barcher with the clearance, only as far as Ondrejka. That might be his last involvement. Gyamfi, that was not a good clearance, but they've managed to get it away now. Here's Trezeguet. Moving over to the right channel. We need to try and get the ball away from him. Abdulkadir's got it. He squares it for Gomez, and he hits the post. Trabzonspor have had a couple of chances, but they have not taken them. We'll make those changes now. Peñalosa is going to come off, and we're going to bring on Hussein Carnel, and Hagen's going to come off for David Seguer as well. So double change with an hour gone. Bartra to Denswil. Long ball. Who's not going to find anybody. Not a good header there by Fredrik Nissen though. But Olsen's there to cover the goalkeeper. That's the thing. These players trust each other. There's really good cohesion here. What on earth is the goalkeeper doing? Kulikov has an open goal to shoot for. It's his 24th of the season. What on earth was Çakır doing there? What was that? Darberg with the long ball looking for Kulikov. Uğurcan Çakır has come out and got nowhere near it, and Kulikov has just fired it into the open net with ease. It's 3-0, and they've gifted us that one. Did I just take off the wrong player? I just took off Peñalosa instead of Ondrejka. Oops. Okay, we'll put Emma Markovic on then. We'll make our third change because I just took off the wrong player. I think I got confused because the players swap around. Olsen. We've been dominant in this game, and we thoroughly deserve our 3 points. Trabzonspor, like I said, they've had a couple of chances, but they haven't taken them. And we've been pretty solid at the back as well. Markovic scores. I'm glad he's got his goal because he's been very disappointing recently. Hasn't been good form-wise, and he gets his goal. He gets our 4th of the game as well. And there's still 15 minutes to go. This has been an outstanding performance. Olsen really, fighting through that as well, trying to keep the ball. Finds him a Markovic, and he gets his goal. This has been a great performance, and we're going to make our last two changes with 10 minutes to go. Olsen's put in a really good shift today, so we're going to take him off and bring on Angelo Bruckner. And we're also going to take off Kulikov, who I think has only got one goal today. We'll put on Marco Olivieri, though. Yeah, 4 different scorers today. Ondrejka, Berg, Kulikov, and Markovic. So really, really good team performance, and maybe time for another goal. 2 minutes plus injury time. Olivieri heads it, looking for Seguer, but can't get him. And now Striker Larsen to Abdulkadir. I think I've got a couple of Abdulkadirs in there. I'm not quite sure. Bardi to Serkan. Trabzonspor coming forward here. They've got a lot of black shirts. There's about half a dozen shirts in the box. Surely you've got to pick one of them out. Surely. Serkan is doing all the work himself here. And no chance comes of it. They go all the way back to the goalkeeper, and it's been given away. And now it's 3v2. Markovic to Marcus Berg. Surely this is 5-0. No, he's missed. He's got a couple of players to shoot for, maybe. It's Markovic at the far post. He gets the second goal. And that's 5-0 on the night with 93 minutes. But it's been disallowed. Right at the death. The last kick of the game. Olivieri with a cross. Markovic was about 2 yards offside. It's not going to count. It's a 4-0 win. A fantastic performance at home against the Turks. Really good defending. So a really strong start to the campaign. And hopefully the first of a few wins that we can get in our 6. We've got 3 away games coming up though against Tirana, Skendia and Frankfurt. The Frankfurt game is going to be an extremely tough one. Not looking forward to that. But what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up the league next episode. The Swedish league, not the Europa Conference League. The Allsvenskan. We're going to play 3 games off camera. We're going to play Hammarby away from home. Then we host AIK. And then we have the game in Albania against Tirana. And then 3 days later, we host Elfsborg in a massive league game which could decide the title by then. You never know what Malmo will do. They've been dropping points left, right and centre. But we are going to play the final 2 Swedish league games next episode. We host Elfsborg and then we're away against Norrköping. So we will wrap up the league next episode and see if we can win the title. As it stands, we're level on points with Malmo. We are ahead by 2 goals on goal difference. We're 6 clear of Elfsborg. We're in a decent place. And with 2 games off camera in the league, we're going to try and get maximum points and go into those final 2 games still fighting for that title. That's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave comments, subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on. And yes, next time we'll wrap up the league season and see if we're still fighting for that title. And if we are, can we wrap it up and can we do one better than last season and finish top and win the league for the first time since, what, 2007? 2007, the last time Göteborg won the league. So it'll be a 17-year wait for a trophy, for a league title. Can we do it next episode? We will find out. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you then. Goodbye.